The coronation of King Charles III is fast approaching, and with it, a new law rushed into effect that has caused an uproar. Official warning letters have been sent to anti-monarchist groups with the intention to disrupt the coronation by way of peaceful protests, saying that new criminal offenses have been brought into effect to prevent disruption. The law, given royal assent by Charles on Tuesday, means that from Wednesday, protesters who block roads, airports, and railways could face 12 months behind bars. Anyone locking on to others, objects, or buildings could go to prison for 6 months and face an unlimited fine. Police will be able to head off disruption by stopping and searching protesters if they suspect they are setting out to cause chaos. Organizations such as Republic and Extinction Rebellion have received letters from the Police Powers Unit of the Home Office that many have classified as intimidatory in nature. Government representatives have denied the implication that the laws were rushed into effect to prevent disruption of the coronation, though due to the letter being sent to certain protest organizations, this has become an issue of concern, especially considering the immense power now afforded to authorities in dealing with protesters. The letter itself instructs Republic and Extinction Rebellion to publicize and forward the letter to their members, who may be affected by the criminal wording. This raises the point of whether or not the Home Office has the right to issue such a request that can reasonably be perceived as an attempt to intimidate those protesters involved in the upcoming events. Graham Smith, from Republic, described the letter as very odd and has made it known to the police that there will be a peaceful protest for King Charles III's coronation. Smith is currently waiting for assurances from the police that nothing has changed in relation to the plans for the protests. Lawyers and freedom of speech activists have since commented on the matter, reiterating the idea that the timing of the bill and subsequent letter is a deliberate attempt to restrict peaceful and legitimate protests from going ahead in relation to the coronation. June Pang from Liberty has made it known that the Police, Crime, Sentencing and Courts Act has been misused previously by the police inappropriately, with racial disparity playing a role in their judgment calls. This raises the point that the new criminal offenses could yet again be misused if not dealt with properly. Shami Chakrabarti has also had her say on these new criminal offenses, warning that the new offense of locking on is so broad as to include peaceful protesters who link arms in public. So far, the Home Office has yet to provide any valid answer when confronted with the implication that they are attempting to restrict legitimate protests. Sala Braverman, the Home Secretary, claims that the development is a latest step the government has taken against protesters who use highly disruptive tactics to deliberately delay members of the public. Whether or not the laws have been rushed in ahead of the coronation in order to prevent any possible disruption, the implications are yet to be seen. Judge for yourselves. We must stand up for democracy and the freedom of speech. We must all ask ourselves, is this really the way to enforce law and order? Would rushing a law into effect to prevent peaceful protests just days away from coronation of our king really be necessary? We cannot know for certain, but we can ensure that all protests are registered as peacefully as possible and citizens are aware of the new criminal offenses to ensure there is no misusage on either side. With that said, we must exercise our democratic rights and stand up for our beliefs. We must keep an eye on those in power to protect the public interest.